The Black Plague, the plague, which today has a vaccine and can even be treated with antibiotics, left mankind helpless in the Middle Ages, known as the Black Death. The plague epidemic led to major religious, social and economic changes and left a deep mark on European history, just like the scientists trying to find a cure for COVID-19 today. Medieval doctors tried to put a stop to this deadly epidemic, but the disease reached such a stage that the dead had no one to bury them. People were forced to bury their children in the pits they found most convenient, without any religious rituals. They cannot even cry for their dead, because everyone is waiting for death. For many, it is the end of the world. For others, this disease is God's punishment to humanity for social corruption. In this period, when death is rampant, the allegory of the dance of death emerges in literature and art. This allegory emphasizes the universality of death, whether young, old, poor or rich. It unites everyone under the roof of death. The epidemic called the Black Death ravaged Europe between 1347 and 1400. The disease is known to be transmitted by animals, especially fleas and other rat parasites. This terrible epidemic first appeared in Crimea in 1347 and was spread to Turkey and Italy by Genoese merchants. In 1348, it was seen in Western Europe, lasting until 1720. The epidemic showed its most lethal effect in the Middle Ages. It left no house to live in, no land to cultivate, and no people to cultivate it. The Black Death reduced the world population from 475 million to 350 to 375 million in the 14th century. The only positive aspect of this catastrophe was that it significantly improved the position of the peasants, as there were no more laborers to work. The repercussions of this unrelenting disease were also reflected in literature. Giovanni Boccaccio in his cult work Decameron, Geoffrey Chaucer in The Pardoner's Tale, and Thomas Nash in his sonnet A Litany in Time of Plague speak of the horror of the Black Death. In this context, the aim of this article is to paint a social and literary picture of the plague epidemic, known as the Black Death, that captured the Middle Ages.